Hey everybody, Chuck here. In this video, excuse me, I want to talk about mission, vision, and values. So let me read to you here what we've got in our ASCM dictionary. So if you'll bear with me looking down a bit at the words I've got written down here. Dictionary says this: mission is the overall goals for an organization within the parameters of the business scope. Vision is the shared perception of the organization's future, what the organization will achieve, and a supporting philosophy. And values, interesting enough, wasn't in the Apex dictionary or the ASCM dictionary, but of those, but I mean, you can go to, we can go out and search that one, and it's those things that are considered important by a person and an organization. If I missed it in the dictionary, I apologize. Please let me know where you found it, because I'd like to update this too. So what I want to do is I want to share screen and draw this out a little bit, because I got to confess, I'm a person as a sole proprietor. I really struggle with what mission, vision are, because for me it's like, okay, I'm here, I got to get over here, go do it. And yet it's more than that. And so let me write those up here: mission and vision and values. And I had a student share their example that I'd like to share with you, because it finally locked it in for me. It's like, oh yeah, I totally get it now. I just struggled to see what that looked like. So the example this student used was SpaceX, which is the which is the space business, if you want to call it, for satellites, et cetera, that Elon Musk built. And so as the example for mission, actually I got those backwards. This is why I struggle with it. So it's a good thing I goofed up here. Vision and mission. So it's good to show I'm human human here. So vision, his vision for SpaceX was to be able to land a spaceship on Mars, and if I remember it correctly, colonize it. So that's his vision of the future. The mission is the various steps that have to occur on the way to get there. So the first mission was to build a spaceship. And then the second mission was to be able to launch the spaceship. And then third one was launch and land the spaceship back on the Earth so it could be reused. And then it was being able to launch and carry payload up to the International Space Station. And then then it goes on from there for additional missions, building up to achieving that vision on top. So that was the example the learner gave me of vision and mission. But you see it, I struggle with it myself. Not that we got it wrong here, but it's very easy in the process to get these two crisscrossed. So make sure you give yourself a moment to think which one goes before which one as you're studying for the exam. The values to me are those guidelines that we have to operate within. So we're down here at the bottom. We're trying to get up here on top, wherever that is. And whatever that path is or that journey is that gets us to there, we've committed to a set of values that says we're going to operate within these guidelines or these boundaries as we do it, and as we try to perform the various missions to get up to this vision on top. So we often seem to test on the exam for this one. And you can see I've been teaching for, 30 some years, whatever, more than that. I still get them a little bit crisscrossed here. And so it's important to give yourself that moment and that space to kind of pause and use that little portable whiteboard they give you to scribble out, your understanding. Make sure you've got it locked in your head as you go ahead and answer the question. And you may even find yourself saying, I think I know what it is, but I need a couple minutes to do it. So go up in the corner, we mark the question so we can come back to it later. And if we've managed our time well, we've got time to go back and consider what the right answer is. Even though it's not a difficult question, it becomes problematic for you and I because it's one we struggle at. We've got the time to be able to answer that test question. So I think it makes sense to give yourself the space to be certain on this one.